Hey, welcome back to What If Universe's Extended Universe, and we are doing Kamehacon 4 predictions because we had an announcement on Instagram. So, Ace, would you like to describe the vague announcement we got on Instagram?
Well, as y'all know, I'm SSBACE, joining my buddy Drew again. And the announcement we got was a series of numbers 9, 18, 21, followed by the area code of what people come to find out was San Antonio. I should have known that because I lived here in Texas, but I did not know it was the area code for San Antonio. So, the 9, 18, 21, and the San Antonio area code is very, and I don't want to say ominous, but a very intriguing, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
To me, you know what? Go ahead and tell me what you think, Drew, because right now the only thing I think about it is, I mean, at least it's still in Texas if they do move it, because that's what people have said. I've been talking to people about, and they think that Kamehacon might be moved from around here in Dallas to down in San Antonio. So it really doesn't bother me that it moves, but let me get your reaction, Drew, since you do have to come from out of state.
Yeah. A lot of people know who might be at the con. I'm from upstate, so to explain my situation, my theory is there's two reasons why I think they could be moving it. One, they might want to be closer to airports near like California or something, so that way you could just fly there, which that doesn't make sense to me because like Dallas is like the biggest airport. You'd live in Texas, you'd probably already know. It's like that airport's pretty nice though.
It's like a city.
Yeah. A reason why I think maybe the venue was like too expensive at the previous Kamehacon because me or Ace work there, so we don't know how much they had to pay for it, like last minute-esque.
That's true, but you know, I do think it was a better venue
Than the previous two?
than the previous two. Yeah, because I mean, I liked how it was in the hotel. You didn't have to go to a separate building.
That is true. It still technically was in the hotel.
You know, in my opinion, okay, I'll just go ahead and give it real quick, and then you can continue what you're saying, bud. My opinion with it being in a hotel like that is like I did on, what was it, Saturday when I got tired about noon or 1 o'clock, and I told you, hey, I'm going to go take a nap. Well, I really only slept for about an hour. You know, but I was able to retreat up to my room and relax before we got into what we got into.
I think it was kind of nice too because with like the after party stuff, if I wanted to leave elsewhere, I could. If you needed to just go to sleep after getting wasted, I didn't have to deal with that, picking you up and just dragging to your room.
Yep.
Which, to people who were at that party, some people suspected that's why I left early. No, that's not exactly why I left early. I wasn't feeling good, so that's why I left a day earlier than I expected, basically.
Probably too damn hot and tired from carrying all that crap around you were carrying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I'll probably go with a different cosplay for next year. I might be a masked Saiyan. I've been considering that.
That might be cool.
Because the main thing is I would just have to get the mask. That's the most expensive part of the cosplay, really. But any type of gi would probably work pretty well.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have to. The only thing unless you're doing like Saiyan armor, and then you're gonna have to get Saiyan armor. You know?
Yeah, I was probably gonna aim for something like a Trunks or something. Like just buy a wig and just cut it and just go for something like that. I guess.
Put like a blue jean jacket on and shit. That'd be kind of cool.
Because that's not too expensive, really. Because people curious about the thing I wore to the Kamehacon 3, it was way over my budget. I think Ace saw how much I paid for it. It's like
all I know is it looked really heavy and really hot.
Although a couple voice actors actually liked it, they just said it was the wrong season, which I agree with. That was not a good time to wear it. I really underestimated the cooling of how the convention was going down.
Yeah. I think,
And
I think you touched on
I
it.
underestimated like how heavy that jacket was. In reality, that
Yeah.
jacket's heavier than I was
Well,
expecting. Because I thought it was like a costume type thing, but no, it's like really good, like quality stuff.
Well, I think you touched on it in our review, if I can remember correctly, that we were talking about for it being what seemed like kind of thrown together. It was a decent ass job. I think, I think that's what's gonna leave a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth for it, is because it did seem like it was kind of thrown together, and it wasn't. Like, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't as big as 1 and 2 because I was there. It really wasn't. I do, however, think that when Kamehacon 4 comes, if there is one or whatever this announcement is, that if they're not moving it and it's going to stay in the same place, I believe Kamehacon 4 will be even better than Kamehacon 3. But if they move it to a different place, it'll probably have a mild negative effect on it, not a huge negative effect, because people are still gonna go because it's a Dragon Ball Con.
Well, it really depends as well, because there's a chance it could be a really big positive effect. Like a few people I know who are like down Mexico, some of them said like if it moved closer to the border, they'd be willing to just come over for a bit and just hang out and just go back. So
Well,
that is a possibility because Dragon Ball is super popular in Mexico. Like I could see like a couple of my bilingual friends showing up potentially.
I mean, this is not the guess what they're gonna do one yet.
Well, it's more
Or is
that. Well, it is, I think, because like with the message that we saw on Instagram, there is a chance that maybe the person where they lived like posted it there, so maybe that's why the location showed up on accident.
Well, if okay,
Well,
one of the guys,
area code, not the message thing. That's how where it works. So if they did post the area code, then I probably believe that they could have moved it for sure.
Well, and I believe one of the runners, Chris Schlatosh, I believe I've said his name before. I believe he's actually from San Antonio too, so it might be more cost effective for him to run it from San Antonio.
I could see that being the case. I think the other thing that I'm more interested about is because, after all, we got the new movie announced, and there was stuff that we didn't say. Like, we didn't say we had our panel till towards last minute-esque, and that we're going to change, obviously, because how the convention is. Like, I don't really care if we announce our thing, so I'm going to do it earlier next time.
I'll definitely do it earlier.
I'll do it when they say, like, we can't do it. That's basically what I'm going to do next year, if I get one.
Well, I believe the September 18th stands for either the day we can start. Okay, I believe it's going to be a 2-part thing. I believe it's going to be an announcement of K4, okay, and then possibly with the area code, maybe them saying that okay, it's going to move to San Antonio, and then you can get your tickets either then or within a month after that, is what I believe. If they do move it to San Antonio. But other than that, the San Antonio area code is really kind of boggling my mind, because the last 3 years, this would have technically been the 4th year, because we didn't get 2020 at all. So this would actually
it was an online only event, which I don't count it because it wasn't a physical.
Yeah, I don't count it either. So this should have technically been K4, and we were talking about K5 right now. But COVID hit and we couldn't meet together and stuff, and that is one thing. I do want to talk about that. I was highly impressed with the people that put on K3 and the hotel and stuff, because it seemed like All the surfaces were clean at all times. Seemed like they were making accommodations for people. Um, it
There was
seemed
one
last
issue
minute.
I had, but it's more on the hotel's end. There was one point where there were like no paper towels like in the men's bathroom towards the pool. So
Well, yeah.
that really sucks. So what I ended up doing is there was hand sanitizer like near one of the convention things. So that's what I had to use due to so many people using that bathroom, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I wanted something, you know, I wasn't gonna go all the way up to your room just to wash my hands at that point.
Well, see, I think that's
had to do
also due
stuff.
to the. I think that's also due to the fact that it was kind of rushed, like we've talked about.
Yeah, but I think that's more the hotel's end, not
Yeah.
as a whole.
Of course. I believe they've seen what it's going to be now, and if the 9/18/21 is not an announcement that we're going to San Antonio for K3 or K4, then I believe the hotel and the place it was at this year, it will be ready for it next year.
I do feel like that they might sell tickets early, but as far as location goes and timing, it's very iffy because I think it also depends when the new movie comes out, to be 100%
True.
honest.
Well, I'm thinking, let's say 2022. So it's probably either January, like they did Dragon Ball Super.
I don't think it's then because
Broly. That's what I was trying to finish.
yeah, I don't think it's then though personally because what we saw in the teaser was basically a tech demo. I feel like they don't have enough done yet.
Yeah. Well, then again, maybe they're not just showing their hand though. They do like to do that.
That is true. They did do what they kind of did with the Broly one. Yeah, I think the other thing is because it's a hybrid film, they probably have some of it done, but not like all of it.
Yeah.
And we also have to consider Japan gets it first, obviously, so we also have to account for how long it'll take the voice actors to dub the lines and also for the film to be edited, basically.
But wouldn't it be cool if they're like baiting and switching us right now? They're like, oh, we don't have none of the movie done, and then boom, the movie comes out January 2022. Something like that.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm just saying that would be kind of it'd be a great move. It would be a move that would get, in my opinion, it would get people who are kind of like fair weather Dragon Ball fans, excited about new Dragon Ball. Because it's certainly going to get us actual Dragon Ball fans excited. Like you know as well as I do, Drew. If they dropped a trailer, basically not even explaining what the new superhero movie is, Dragon Ball Superhero, but it had like Goku fighting, I don't know, Piccolo or Vegeta, like they're warming up, people would be dying to watch it because it's anything Dragon Ball.
I am thinking, though, right now with Kamehacon 4, there's two ways I think this might go out. We might go out seeing a trailer potentially and having it premiere at the convention.
Ooh.
There is a possibility, like, maybe it's not like the first one, like for San Diego. Maybe it's like a second trailer with like the voice actors doing like rough cuts potentially. I could see that being a possibility.
That would be cool.
Because I don't see, from what I've seen from what we got, I don't think we have enough to prove.
Well,
that
yeah. I mean,
January. But I do think a full trailer could get dubbed though and premiere. That command, depending when they do it, basically.
Well, because most of the voice actors now have their own home studios now because of you know the
And
COVID
yeah,
and whatnot. So I think, um, like you said, it would be quicker for them to dub a trailer now. Because I mean, if I can speak on my experience as a voice actor, but only as a voice actor of DBN, uh, sometimes you do get the script early, and you get to read it. And if you get the script early and you get to read it, you can plan out how you're going to do your voice. And I think with the way electronics are nowadays and how everything's computerized and move it so quick and stuff, that it's a lot different than back in the 90s for sure, when they had to actually cut tape and tape it together and stuff. Trailer wise. So yeah, but I mean, we could get a second trailer like you said, but as for Kamehacon 4 itself, if it moves to San Antonio, I don't really have a problem with that. Well, I don't at this time. I don't know if I'll be able to make it because money is not looking like I will. But if I do go for a panel and they give me a panel, I'm gonna have to make it. So it's one of those things where, to me, it doesn't matter. Now, if it was in a different state, it'd probably be a lot more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more worrisome for me.
yeah.
Like you, for example, like you come down here. I don't know how long it takes to get from where to Dallas, but however long that took you, you just have to add about another 6 more hours onto it.
Yeah, the thing with that is like, it either would be better off to get plane ticket at that point,
Yeah.
or just go to where you're at and just pay for the other half to get there. Potentially, that might be what will happen if I end up going. Potentially,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I'm a relatively generous person. If I need to pay off gas to get down there, it'll be worth it to me because we both have to be there. We're both around. Like, I even gave you like a small amount even when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't have to.
But I felt obligated, obviously. Cause
No, you didn't have to at all.
I know.
I mean, because you were in my city, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know me. I'm a relatively generous person. You did take me around a couple places that was probably far worse around the way I already gave you. I'm not going to be too public about it because that's a personal thing, obviously. But I'm just
bro, that shit's all gravy. It ain't nothing. Don't worry about that bullshit.
I know. But anyways, predictions. So, I hope that the Maid Cafe is worth it. Otherwise, I'm not going because, as you heard my review, I was really underwhelmed.
Let me say something to that. The Maid Cafe is not going to be good until they can get Rager and Martin back, and that's going to take some doing.
I think it is a possibility concerning the movie. I'm sure some voice actors could put aside their differences.
Oh yeah, it is a possibility, but it's gonna take months.
I think we have the time though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, I'm not sure about like Sean. I think he's one of the more like about himself, and that's not saying too much about him. Like, he honestly deserves it considering the role that he plays, and I can see why.
Yeah, but I think,
uptight.
But like you said, I think if it does have something to do with the movie or the movie is coming or something, he would probably have to be there since he is Goku, or English Goku.
Well, also he could be selling a ton of signatures at that point because everyone wants to get their stuff signed at that point.
Well, he'd also have to get past the not wanting to sign when other Gokus have signed on it problem.
Oh, does he not like doing that?
No, he does not like doing that.
That's kind of interesting. I never knew that.
One of the things is you must get his signature first, and you can get all the other Gokus. I think the only person he might actually sign with is if you have Nozawa's.
I mean, I feel like I would if I was him, because that's the original Japanese VA.
Yeah, but I think that's the only one he actually signs his name on. But like Kirby Morrow, Ian Sinclair, Peter Kalimis, those guys, they sign it. He don't want to sign it.
I will say, from my perspective, I understand what a different voice actor told me. They feel like that their signatures being done for monetary gain, and I think that is understandable because when you combine a bunch of stuff,
well, like, it is.
I fully understand that.
If you're gonna be the voice of a main character in a thing that a bunch of people like, yes, your signature has become monetized, but you're getting some of that money, so why bitch?
That's true. I think the other thing might be potentially is like Sean might have signed some stuff for like family and whatnot, so if he has a signature too much out there, it becomes devalued over time.
I don't know, man. I mean,
well, the other thing is like, when will Dragon Ball end? Because we already have 2 arcs for Super's manga confirmed, and that's
Dragon Ball could go on forever. I mean, even with Toriyama, even with God forbid Toriyama passing on, because they've got the Dragon Ball room, they got Toritaro in them. You know, it could go on forever. But the question would be is, how much would the quality dip after the original writer is not involved anymore?
Well, from my perspective, from what we've seen with Moro, I think it's relatively passable. From my personal opinion, I think it's like equivalent to like the Boo Saga, if not slightly worse, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But Granola, though, that's a different thing. I think that really shows Toyotaro like at its best, honestly.
Yeah, so far it's been a pretty good arc.
Like, he reminds me a bit of Baby, but I thought Toyotaro wrote GT, if I'm correct. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I can't, off the top of my head right now, tell you that for sure.
But I am curious, though, if some of that will roll over, potentially, because even though Toriyama didn't sign off fully on that, I think he liked some elements of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Super Saiyan 4 personally. That's me. I like the form.
Well, I would like Super Saiyan 4 too, because I've always found that form awesome.
Like, they don't even have to call it Super Saiyan 4. Personally, they can just call it something else they want to.
Well, there's a YouTuber called I think his name is Arj, Call Me Arj or something like that.
All right.
And he's doing like Dragon Ball Super one-offs, like Dragon Ball Super VE and stuff like that. And it's talking about Vegeta and stuff. And like in this one he brought Vegeta and Goku brought King Vegeta back from the dead. Okay. And Goku showed him all the transformations from, powered up base form to Ultra Instinct. And he was just shocked with power. Well, Vegeta takes him into the hyperbolic time chamber and beats on his dad for a while. And his dad ends up getting Super Saiyan 4 God form. You need to check it out. It's actually pretty good.
But to kind of get back on topic here.
Yeah, sorry. I got off. My bad.
I feel like ends could get patched up because the biggest issue that I saw was the Vic stuff. And it seems confirmed that Vic is very iffy if he'll ever show up again from what his
he will not show up.
Said. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Yeah, he will not show up. And the thing is, Johnny Young Bosch, the guy who took over for Vic as Broly, I don't know if Kamehacon, and I could be wrong thinking this, but I don't know if the Kamehacon people have enough money to get him.
Hear me out.
Huh?
Hear me on that aspect. If they ever redub the Broly movie, or if Bleach comes back, because there is evidence that that's supposed to come back
Yeah,
next year,
I've heard.
there's a good chance he might show up just to do signings, because there is
Well,
no
see,
like,
that's
Bleach
before
convention.
before you were gonna say that, I was gonna say, with him being Ichigo, and then now, Broly, he is a well documented voice actor, and an ex Power Ranger too. So
He's played a lot of roles I liked. I think he also played the Luge from Code Geass. He has done a lot of high profile roles. So
yeah, Lelouch, yeah, that's right.
the main thing would be up to him, and I think he's for fans and stuff. I think the main thing is like
He seems to
convincing.
embrace. But I'm just saying, his payday would have to be high, because those voice actors get paid to be there.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I think I talked to one of them on the elevator once when you were asleep. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, so I don't know how much they get paid. That's none of my business, but they get paid to be there. And I would think he would be one of the higher paying ones, and maybe
Oh yeah,
Schimmel.
same. Oh yeah, same. One of the person who did talk to me said not to say anything, so I won't.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's good.
He was like, oh, just keep it hush hush. And it's like, all right.
People kind of know. People that are in the know, like that know about the voice actors and know about the show, kind of know.
Oh, yeah, I agree. As far as things I would want from Kamehacon 4, I kind of said in our review, I would like a green room for content creators. I know
that would be good.
I know it might be hard to organize, but if the voice actors can have one, then I don't see an issue. Why can't the content creators at least have a separate one?
Or if we can't have a separate one, at least get a big enough one where we all can be in it together.
Well, there's safety concerns with that. That's what one of the guys I talked with was about. And it's like, yeah, I get that.
That's to me, that's kind of like a bullshit excuse, bro. Cause like,
bro, I look scary. It's like that's what he commented on. It's like, yeah, I can't agree. I look kind of scary.
On what?
Well, with the outfit I was wearing.
Oh yeah, and that mask.
Yeah. Like once he got to know me, he wasn't afraid. But he said, like, obviously, I get a wrong impression, or someone else might freak out. That's not good.
That's true. So what else would you like to see besides that?
I actually want more food vendors because we only had like one food truck out there.
Yeah.
Like more food options would be nice. That way we don't have to travel all the way out if we don't have to.
Yeah.
Because you know me, like I would be fine if I ate like a sandwich or whatever, like in between stuff, and then we went like to dinner somewhere nicer. Personally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to leave the convention just to go eat because there's nothing really available.
Well, luckily, right there in Allen where it was, there's a lot of restaurants close by. I mean, it did kind of seem far, but they're really close by.
And the good news, like, every place I chose to eat at for our group, like, everyone liked it. So
yeah.
I had a really good taste.
Phoenix, like, ate almost 2 of them damn ramen bowls.
Yeah, and him and me got... like the all-you-can-eat thing. I think everyone was shocked that Phoenix.
I didn't think you could eat that much.
I know a lot of people didn't think I could when I was there.
I was like, damn. It was like $30. It was what, $36 or $26?
I think it was around 40 with tax.
Okay, it's like $40.
Ate, like,
all you can eat sushi. And this dude like ate $40 worth of sushi. I promise you.
Yeah, me and Phoenix both ate over 40 for sure.
Yeah,
like we got our money's worth.
Well, let me say my predictions, and then you can close it up for us if you want to, bud.
I'm trying to think what else I want to say besides voice actors changing up. I do think that we might get a few more content creators showing up.
I do have one that I think you'll agree with, though, for sure.
Which one's that?
But this is going to be virtually impossible.
All right.
I would love to see Nozawa here. Now, I know she's old and she don't travel that much, and She really hasn't been seen anywhere except for like San Diego and New York, other than Japan. I think, and this is me, this is my opinion and my thoughts on it. Yeah, I think that if you had the OG Goku, Gohan, and Goten at your con, it would put a gold stamp of approval on the con. You know what I mean? Like it would, instead of people going, oh yeah, Kamehacon down there in Texas, they'd be like, yeah, Kamehacon. Where, you know.
I think the big issue for sure would be pricing.
Well,
because she's pretty high profile.
The Japanese Vegeta came at Kamehacon too, and he was going to come this time, but he couldn't because of the COVID restrictions.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was told. I was told that Ryo Horikawa was supposed to be at K3, but because of the restrictions, he could not leave Japan.
Okay.
So, I mean, you never been? This was your first Kamehacon, right? K3.
Yeah, it was my first one.
Okay. K2, we had.
I know K2 was the best one from what everyone's been telling me.
We had Schimmel, we had Ryu, we had some Latin Gokus, and we had Vic. I mean, that was while all the bullcrap was going on, but that was still like 4 huge ass names.
That is true. Vic's, even with his controversies, I can still say he does have legacy power.
Yeah,
at the time, but
because he was still Elric.
Yeah, and right now I'm more hesitant though from learning more what he did, basically.
Yeah. I know nothing. I've been out of it from the beginning because I don't want to get in it. I've told everybody, like I was streaming when that was going on, and people were like, "Oh, you know, what about kick Vic and what about stick with Vic?" I'm like, look, I have nothing to do with that. Only thing I'm gonna say is if the man did what he's being accused of, he deserves everything he gets. But if he's not done what he's been accused of, he should own Funimation. Let me just point out from the SSBACE channel. You do not groom people. You do not
like kids.
Huh?
I said like kids.
Yeah, well, you don't like kids. I mean, you can like kids, but you don't like kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you can't say the word.
It's there's certain things you don't do around me, and there's one and one thing is mess with kids around me. You don't mess with kids, and you don't raise your hand to a woman around me. And those 2 things I don't like. And if it's true, then may God have mercy on that man's soul. But if it's not true, he needs to own places because they ruined his career and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's it.
I will say if Nozawa shows up, I'm pretty sure Schimmel would have to show up at that point.
Oh yeah, he would have to.
Work out.
You're absolutely right. If Nozawa showed up somehow, some way, he would have to be there. But I think what you would see, and this could just be, you know, a fever dream that I'm having right now, but if you saw that, you would see Nozawa and Ryo come, and which means Sabbath and Schimmel would have to be there. Because I don't think Sabbath was even here at K3.
Let's see. I thought he was.
I don't think he was. I don't think Sabbath was there.
Now, let me check the Instagram quick.
Go ahead.
I thought he was.
Because if he would have been there, I would have said hi to him because him and I have got a good rapport.
Okay. I remember. I got him confused with Kyle Hubert. Actually, that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I thought he was Sabbath for some reason at one point.
Well, see, there was a lot of people missing though. There was Bulma was missing, but that's because
Well, there was
you
a
know,
different one.
huh?
Wasn't there a different Bulma though?
Vollmer, Tiffany Vollmer, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But I meant what was her name? Uh, Not Cynthia Cran. She does Chi Chi. She was there. I don't know. We're getting into stuff we really don't need to be.
We're getting a bit too far. So
Yeah.
as far as passes go, do you think they're gonna increase the prices again, or do you think they're gonna probably be the same?
I would hope they stay the same. That's my hope.
Because I kind of
But
think the same thing with the
Yeah.
turnout that we got. I don't
Yeah.
think they would want to raise it.
but I would take a raise in it if you got some more benefits. Like, for example, the 2 VIPs I had for Kamehacon 1 and 2, you felt more of a VIP than at Kamehacon 3. One of my buddies showed up that was a VIP. Evan, you remember Evan, right?
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He showed up and he was like, "Bruh, we're VIP and we basically got, we got a shirt, this bag, and these drawings and stuff. But it's like almost no benefits though for the extra $50 we gotta pay."
Which I thought that was kind of embarrassing on that part, because
Yeah,
us as content creators, even though we had to do a panel technically to show up, we still feel like we got our worth out of it, even though we technically had to trade our time for it.
well, but one thing I did discuss with Slaytosh at one time is I was like, "Look, brother, I understand I'm just a YouTuber, panelist, and whatnot, but we should have been announced. I felt like instead of us having to announce it ourselves."
Well, I think with that, I think it would have been nicer if they just told us to just announce ourselves earlier, because then I could have actually had some of my fans show up. Because some people said they would have shown up if.
Well, see, yeah,
I
we
said
probably would
it,
have had
yeah.
more people at our panel. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to know on the 18th. I want to know what they're talking about. I want to know why they put the 254, which is the area code to San Antonio. I want to know what's going on. I also want to know if I can do another panel. But this time, nothing against you, Drew, but this time I might do it by myself.
I was saying that I was going to bring up here that I had some other what if YouTubers who were interested, and we're going to just do like a what if panel, so I might have on,
if you get
other-
that panel and I'm there, I'm coming to see it.
Well, the main thing is that I felt a bit out of my element there because you're the one who chose the topic. So I feel like either if I chose the topic and we end up doing a panel together, or end up doing my own thing, then I think it would be better personally.
Oh yeah, I will not disagree with that at all.
Well, the other issue is definitely going to be competition, because if more YouTubers are willing to show up this time, which I know if you do, that could make it harder for either of us to get a panel. I mean, it was good in the second half. I wouldn't mind doing a different thing, honestly.
You know what I think got us, and see now that we're talking about our panel now, you can let it go again.
Yeah.
I think what got us is I'm more of an off the cuff, take it and see what I can do with it, and you're more of a plan out person. And the plan was good.
I will say this, for if me and Ace do another panel next year, whether it's that I'm like helping them, if I'm not speaking, there's a chance I might just help them like filming technically, or do other aspects of it even. Because
Well, you're
I
gonna
could
be
always
part of
do
my
that.
group running with me.
Yeah, I could always just be part of that group. Like, I wouldn't necessarily have to speak if I don't need to.
Yeah.
The thing is that.
Well, I
If
think with you being uncomfortable, hurt us at the beginning.
Yeah, but I agree with that. But I do think that I think I said this in our previous one. Basically, I said if we were to do it again, I'd just do bullet points and just note that there's certain things we need to talk about, but not
Yeah.
exactly how we should talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Because once we kind of just like threw the outline away and we kind of just winged it, and then we took questions, it seemed to take off.
Yeah, I think the other main thing is that the subject we got, we didn't have enough to talk about in reality. Even if we did do it off the cuffs, I feel like we would have hit a point where it's like, let's just take questions early or something.
Well, and that's because we really don't know nothing. And
that is true because
we've stated that many times that we didn't. I mean, all we know is that he's the reincarnation of Boo. He was what 8 or 9 when he fought Goku at the end of Z, and then he went to GT. Of course, now we have the manga here putting a little more things in that he was just born and stuff like that. So we really have no information on it. We were trying to do something. It was a panel that probably shouldn't have been done yet. That panel could probably be revisited in a couple years when Oob is more fleshed out as a character.
I agree. If we did that panel maybe in like a couple of years from now where we actually see what he does, we could actually do something with it. But
we would have. It would have been more.
To work with.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to give us credit. It was our first panel. That's number one.
No, I'll give us credit as well because even Geekdom said we did fine in the second half. Like when he showed up.
Like I was saying, one, it was our first panel. 2, it was the first time me and you ever met each other and worked off of each other face to face.
Which honestly, that's pretty good considering what we had.
Yeah, and 3, I was just as nervous as you. I just didn't show it. If you would have been looking at my hands were shaking like a leaf, dude.
Yeah, I kind of saw it, but besides the point, I do think that, like I mentioned earlier, if we already do it again, I'll either take a side role if you end up choosing a topic, or if we work together more in choosing it, then we shouldn't run into many issues, honestly.
Well, if they do it like they did this panel where they gave me 5 extra tickets, I could just give you one and you could be like part of the group that runs around with me if you don't want to do any of the panel or something, Well,
I would still probably show up. I'd probably help in like other aspects. Like I might help you like with setting up some stuff, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, we should have had the microphones too. If we would have had the microphones working, I think we'd done better too.
Yeah, which honestly that messed up the audio for that recording, to be 100% honest.
Yeah, because I've watched it back and I was just like, you can't really hear anything.
Yeah, and that's honestly how it goes sometimes. It's mostly because we didn't have microphones, so to be 100% honest. And
we were trying to project.
Person, typically.
We were trying to project in a room that was, what, a 40 by 20 room?
Yeah, and where the camera was, I think it was like maybe 20 feet away.
So, it was about halfway in the room.
And there was people next to it, so it probably also messed up the audio.
Yeah, there were some people talking and stuff. You heard them on it. But, I mean, we've had, what, a month and a half to think about it since then. And my overall take of our panel was we started out horrendous. Got it back together.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think our panel overall, if I was watching it, I would say like it's okay. Like,
yeah, I mean it's not great. You're not gonna call up your friend and be like, you need to watch this freaking panel. Yeah,
it's kind of like the guy in the audience didn't like it or we talked it out a little bit. It was like, it was okay at the end. It's like that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
it's like that basically helped things out.
Yeah. All right, so we done?
I think so. We'll just end it off here.
I'm ready to go watch football, man.
All right. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Hopefully, when the announcement comes out, we'll talk about it. And this has been Drew from One Universe. Sign out.
Oh, wait. Drew, are we going to be doing a video on the announcement?
Well, when it comes out, yes.
Okay, so you better remind me of that.
Anyway, so be sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss out when that video comes out. And if you want to check out Ace's channel, feel free to do so. And for people curious about what Hercule is saying, since he does voice Hercule for that, at the moment we're kind of taking a break, but we might do a different series potentially. We might do like a Napper late What If.
Well, I do have all the files for What If Hercule Was a Saiyan Part 3. Right now, my voice, as you can hear, is not quite in the best shape, and my Hercule doesn't sound as like I want it to. So that is one reason why that has not been even worked on.
I wasn't referring to the reaction. I was referring to the.
My bad, dude.
But yeah, as far as reaction goes, it's the same situation. It's just until he gets the voice back, we really can't do much with the series. Anyways, if I did write up the next part like tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I thank you, Drew, for inviting me on the on your video here to talk about the future of Kamehacon and what this date and the area code means. Hopefully, the 18th comes. It's something really cool, man. Because
hopefully, it's not like Kamehacon's canceled. That'd be very interesting if that happened.
Hopefully, we'll get to go back to Kamehacon again and hang out and go eat some ramen and shit together.
Hopefully there's something down in San Antonio if they're hosting it there.
Yeah. Folks, I'm AJ. Thank you for letting me come. Remember what I always tell you, be kind to one another. Peace out. And I love you. And Drew, that's you, buddy.
And that's you too, Ians. Good night.